Hundreds of students are protesting legislation passed by the Florida State Senate that regulates school lessons about sexual orientation and gender identity. Governor DeSantis is expected to sign the bill in the next days. I will talk with Brendon Wolf about this issue. He's the secretary of the Equality Florida NGO. So, Brendon, Florida's House of Representatives passed the Don't Say Gay bill. What exactly is that bill about?
It is a bill that would censor speech about LGBTQ people in classrooms across the state. The bill specifically has two parts. The first part is about parents being notified about changes in the mental or physical health of their child at school. And the second part is the Don't Say Gay provision, the part that says that classroom instruction on sexual orientation or gender identity is banned in grades K through 3, and then is not allowed in any way that's deemed not age appropriate. We're not sure what that means yet, all the way through grade 12. And it's been our contention all along that it's always appropriate to acknowledge the existence and validity and value of LGBTQ families, that we are a normal, healthy part of society and that we deserve to be celebrated alongside everybody else.
So what exactly would this mean if this bill comes through, Brendon? Walk us through that, like for, let's say, a 14-year-old, 15-year-old school kid who is discovering that she or he or they are LGBTQ. What impact would that bill have?
Well, I think, we could talk about, the implications of the bill directly, like a kid in second grade who's got two moms or two dads. Are they welcome to share their family during the family tree project anymore? Are they welcome to bring their family members to career day? Would an LGBTQ teacher putting a picture of their partner on their desk suddenly invoke the kind of instruction that might bring a lawsuit against the school? As a result, we'll pull back on the kind of inclusivity that they've been working to provide. They'll peel rainbow safe space stickers off of classroom windows. They'll cancel GSA meetings. They'll lock down conversations about LGBTQ people because they're afraid that a parent might bring a lawsuit that will only further send them into trouble. And what will the effect be? Well, the effect will be isolating LGBTQ kids.
So, Florida is politically split, kind of between Republicans and Democrats, obviously. How is it possible that a bill like that is voted for in the year 2022?
Yeah, well, this is the intoxicating power of being in Donald Trump's orbit, to be quite honest with you. Our Governor Ron Desantis, has been obsessed with the idea of being in power since he started running for office. He was essentially a no one in the 2018 GOP governor's primary until he ended up on Fox News every night, got a Donald Trump endorsement, and then sailed into the governor's mansion. And now he has taken to trying to curry favor with Donald Trump's furthest right-wing extremist base. And rather than governing as if he only won by a very slim margin, which he did, he governs as if he's been elected king of this right-wing base. He's cooked up this buffet of culture war issues that include the Don't Say Gay bill. They include the Stop Woke Act, which is actually up on the Senate floor right now, that would censor conversations about the history of racism and discrimination. It includes a 15-week abortion ban that just passed through the legislature, bills attacking immigrants, bills attacking our voting system. All of that is designed to help whip up right-wing fervor, to help him bypass Donald Trump to the right of the party, to win re-election in 2022 and go off and run for president in 2024. You're seeing this playbook across the country. We just learned that today, Georgia's legislature introduced a Don't Say Gay bill of their own. And it's because the right wing of the Republican Party has determined that this is the way that they're going to cling to power in an era where they don't have any real policy proposals to put forth. They don't have a vision for a multi-generational, multiracial democracy in this country. Instead, they're going to play to the lowest common denominator of our human political instincts, which is racism, anti-LGBTQ animus, misogyny, and all the other things.
Do you think they can be successful with this kind of policy throughout the whole Republican spectrum?
I think Republicans think so. They went to these right-wing think tanks like the Heritage Foundation and Moms for Liberty and asked the question, what of these culture war issues are going to motivate people to show up at the polls? And these are the things that they've been provided. In fact, these bills have essentially been copy and pasted throughout the country. They're not original to Florida. The bill's sponsors could barely even tell you what the words on the page mean. The bill sponsor in the Senate was asked, what does sexual orientation even mean? What does gender identity mean? And he couldn't define those things. So you know that these bills are copy and pasted in an effort to win these sort of short-term political battles. But the real question is, does it jive with where the country is going? And I think the clear answer is no. We've seen thousands of young people walk out of class in the last week to protest the Don't Say Gay bill here in the state of Florida. We've seen hundreds of them descend on the Capitol and sit for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours at a time, waiting to be heard on a microphone or to stand outside the chambers of the House or the Senate to have their voices heard. That's the vision of Florida, and I think the vision of the country that is in step with where we're going. It's a vision of Florida and the country that moves us forward. It's one of progress. It's one where everyone belongs, where there isn't this division along the same old lines we've seen it. And so while I think Republicans may be onto something for a short-term political gain, I do think that those wins are going to get narrower and narrower. And ultimately, if they don't figure out a vision for this country that includes all of us, then eventually those wins run out.
Before I let you go, Brendon, you obviously know DeSantis very well. He's your governor. Explain it to an international audience. What would it mean if he would become the next president of the United States?
One of the things that I've tried to really carefully tell people is that what we're seeing across the world in terms of authoritarians, coming in and trying to stomp on democratic societies isn't far away. It's not some foreign idea that's happening half a world away. Those forces are at work right here in our own country. The Don't Say Gay bill or a Don't Say Gay bill concept is not new to the state of Florida. It's not new to the Republican Party, and it's not new to America. In fact, Vladimir Putin signed a Don't Say Gay bill in Russia in 2013. And so those same anti-democratic, authoritarian, theocratic forces that we see tearing apart democracies across the world are right here in our own backyards. They're ripping apart our election systems. They're ripping apart our communities, our marginalized communities specifically. And it's on every single one of us to push back against those things now, because I promise you, if Governor Ron Desantis becomes President Ron Desantis, all of these things are coming to a state or a community near you.
Brendon, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.